Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and in this video we have got two replays for you. In January's tank of the month, the AP AMX 30. So as always, I'll do my tank of the month review, and yeah, we will get into it and see how this performs. We'll go over the stats, all the usual stuff, and we'll look at some gameplay in the end. So previously, you may have remembered that tank of the month was always predominantly on the DLC tab in the store. Recently they have done away with that. I think it was last month or the month before, maybe in November, where they decided that they were going to do away with the DLC tab and move tank of the month over into the Microsoft store. So if you are looking to purchase this tank, then and you're struggling to find it, go into the Microsoft store and you will find it there, and you can see that it's available to buy for just over £8 in English money. I'm not sure what that is in dollars, but yeah, so that's where you'll be able to find it, just so you know. So moving on to the stat screen, then you can see we've got top forward speed of 65 kilometers an hour, top reverse speed of 23. You've got an internal fire chance of 15%, hit points of 1250. And you have your still concealment of 330 with 339 meters on the move and 486 meters of view range. This is with my current setup, by the way, which I'll go through in a minute. You've got 11 degrees of gun depression. You've got 7-second reload time. You've got accuracy of 0.29 with 2.40 accuracy during movement, aim time of 1.93. You've got AP APCR as your rounds, and they do penetration 232 on your standard with 263 on your premium, and your damage value is about 300 per shot. Shell velocity 1000 on your standard rounds with 1250 on your APCR. And then your bonuses, just a usual silver bonus of 150% applies. So looking at the armor then, there is some, there's thick armor on the gun mantlet, sort of around the turret. But other than that, it's, pretty meh, to be fair. The good thing about this tank is the very sloped upper plate. You do get some sort of auto ricochets off of that. But overall, I would say the armor is just very thin and quite standard. Now you can see the engines at the back, along with fuel tanks on the side, and then a large bit of fuel tank running down the right hand side of the tank. Take that 15% internal fire chance with a pinch of salt, because this thing gets set on fire loads. From the experience I've had with it. And then you can see the ammo racks. So you've got 3 ammo racks stored. One sort of in the center, then one on the left hand side of the tank in the turret and the hull, and then one at the rear of the turret. So looking at my equipment, I've run optics, vert stabs and gun rammer, and then on my perks I've got born leader, rapid reload, sixth sense, situational awareness, muffled shot, silent driving, steady aim, camouflage expertise, and run and gun. So gone with a predominant mixture of camo and gun perks, because the gun I find is very troll. Don't get me wrong, it packs a nice sort of alpha punch at 300, which when you're sort of bottom tier can be quite nice, because when you sort of get your shots off into tier 10s, you feel like you're contributing in terms of damage to the game. You're sort of able to take a good average amount off of a tier 10's sort of health pool, as opposed to anything less, where it just feels like you're kind of tickling them, and you have to be a little bit more careful in the trade. So first replay, we are on Safe Haven, and we are coming up to the right hand side. If I'm honest, played Safe Haven a couple of times, but I'm still sort of not familiar with the map overall. So for me, the right hand side just sort of felt like the most sensible spot to be playing this tank, because like I say, it doesn't have any armor. It's got great mobility. The mobility is the best factor about this tank, personally, I think. And also the alpha on the gun is nice. Just find the gun itself just to be slightly trolly. The accuracy on the move just can feel a bit trolly at times, and like I say, some shots can just derp, and it can just be a little bit awkward at times, which is quite frustrating. So yeah, with the good mobility, we've moved over to the flank here, sort of wanted to get to the right hand side, get some shots off at stuff that started getting lit. Now I'm going to sort of push aggressively and try and be the spotter. Our light tanks sort of sat back a little bit, so I thought, oh, I'm just going to sort of take the gamble and see if I can get some spots on this side. I think we've lit up a couple of tanks, but no, we haven't actually. That wasn't even our spot, but we've managed to see this eradicator, which we can get shots in. Now artillery is focusing us, and we need to kind of sort of duck out if we can. We do avoid the artillery shot there, however that eradicator is still sort of looking at us in the middle. I'm trying to see if I could potentially get shots here, because you can kind of, it's a little bit awkward with the bridge in a way, but if you get sort of your angles right, you can actually get some shots on stuff that wanders out into the middle there on the top ground. You know, inside the warehouse you've got no shots from this angle, unless they sort of just, you know, poke in front of the doorways and stuff and reveal themselves. The Eradicator sat behind this bit of cover here, but I could see his turret. Unfortunately, our aim is absolutely shocking here. I'm trying to see if we can squeeze a shot in, but unfortunately we just miss again. That's some real poor aiming. The first aim was ridiculous. That should have been aimed much better. So yeah, we don't get any more shots of damage on that Eradicator, which is a shame. I'm surprised it bounced the side cupola there, but yeah, it's what it is. We do get a cheeky snapshot into the side of that TS6 that is camping at the back there, and we've lit him up as well, so I'm hoping that our team can get some shots in now. I'm going to push down, but I think I'm probably going to take a shot off this 704. I do. It's not ideal. However, I've just decided I want to sort of go in and just try and reap as much assist as possible. And yeah, this guy's down to a one shot, so I'm going to try and see. I'm going to use my 11 degrees of gun depression, which again is something else that is fantastic about this tank. Is the gun depression. That 11 degrees is really nice. You can poke over like this, sneak the shot in, and you know, take out tanks. So you know, you really make use of this gun depression. As we manage to get a track shot there into the tier 6, he gets taken out. We get a little bit of track assist. This game is nearly sort of well, it's pretty much a foregone conclusion, to be fair. We're 8 tanks ahead, so I can't see us losing this one. We've not done an amazing amount of damage, to be honest. So just sort of wanted to sort of give you sort of a good idea, just a couple of replays to sort of show off the tank, basically its capabilities, but also, you know, its kind of weaknesses as well. But you can see there we're just flying at the moment. I really want to like this tank, to be fair, because the mobility is just so nice on it. It's my kind of tank. I love sort of medium tanks with great mobility, and I do like it. It's just I just can't get on with the gun. It just doesn't. Yeah, it just doesn't quite click with me, and I just find it more frustrating, to be honest, than fun. So, but you know, we sort of finished the replay there. Not sort of a bad game as such. You know, just sort of 3k damage, picking up a kill and then getting just over 1200 assist. Pick up, you know, good bit of silver there, and yeah, we only take second class for that game, but it was a good one to show you just on how this tank performs kind of against tier 10s in that situation. So second replay, we are top tier and we're on Arctic region, and yeah, so initially with this great mobility I'm only going to go one position here, and that's straight in the middle. You know, we've got half decent view range, so going to sort of put that to good use as well and try and sort of spot. We have got this light tank with us as well. I think is that the AMX 15, no, AMX 1375. I'm not sure, but you know, tier 7 or tier 6 light tank. It's gonna have good view range, but you know, we might well sort of be able to outspot. But there we go, in the 12 ton, the AMX 12 ton, so tier 6, so you know, might not have as good view range as what we do. But either way, I'm going to poke up here. Equally, I can spot the cross, or if the cross gets lit by the light tank, we can get shots. So you can see there we just outspotted this medium tank or heavy tank that's crossing. You know, we've now lit up another tank destroyer, so you know, our view range is coming in handy here. We're spotting stuff that, you know, the tier 6 isn't perhaps able to spot, just hasn't got the view range, or we might not have a good enough crew. I don't know, but you know, we're getting some spots. We haven't got any assists yet, which is a little bit disappointing. We can see some shots coming over into this this KV4 KTTS, and we do get a shot into him. We're up to 880 damage. We're just keeping an eye on that ridge because we want to take a shot from anything over that way. Now we poke up again. We spot this Oni. I think the Oni we spot up at the back there. And again, I'm very surprised that I haven't picked up any assists, but there we go. We get our first little bit of assist there. I don't know whether it's artillery or someone sort of shooting the Oni across the way. We're poking up, but I sort of just ducked back down because I didn't want to take a shot. I know that Oni's over there and I don't want to take a shot from that guy. But we do take a shot from that French tier 6 tank destroyer. So we need to be careful of that guy. And again, I'm just rinsing and repeating, just poking up. Artillery is sort of doing us a favour by getting some shots into what we spot. Sneak another shot into the KTTS without getting spotted as well, which is quite nice. Artillery again is just hammering away, and we're just picking up little chunks of assist here and there. And that's all we want to do, is we just want to rinse and repeat and just be patient. It's kind of how Arctic region just sort of plays out. It's just, you know, very much a patient game there. Trying to see if we can get a shot onto this tier 8 tank destroyer over the other side, this Stritz farm, which we can. Trying to see if we can line up another shot, but unfortunately we just kind of rushed that. Equally, we're just sort of trying to make sure we don't get hit by anything. Try and sneak another shot into the KTTS there, but unfortunately it bounces. And we see artillery, but unfortunately we don't have any shots on that guy. We're keeping an eye just in case he sort of moves out into our vision, but he's now disappeared. Again, just rinsing and repeating, and now the Oni's just sort of poked out there and wonder if I can perhaps sneak a shot in, but unfortunately just got back into cover, and we don't manage to get a shot. So this side's kind of looking a bit lean in terms of numbers for us. You know, it's not too bad because the other team don't seem to be pushing aggressive on either flank. If I was on the other spawn, I'd definitely be pushing that medium tank. Like what I think they're possibly doing now, or the medium tank's just moved out. Now the KTTS has decided to come out of its little sort of hidey hole, and he's now down to a one shot, and yeah, we just take him out there, which is good tank to get rid of, because sort of in that little spot there is going to be a bit bothersome. So he's going to keep sort of lighting us up potentially. Also stops us from making the play over, which is now what I'm sort of potentially thinking of doing, of making that play sort of straight over to help that medium tank and start pushing this side. But again, don't really know the full amount of numbers over there. Trying to see if we can get a shot on that Stritz. So unfortunately we didn't quite lead that shot well enough. Our light tank does get taken out. We've got a tank destroyer over on the left. I do really want to sort of just start making my way over. I think this is a point where, but again, I don't want to sort of run the risk of just poking out, and then, you know, if I cross this middle ground and I get lit, it's probably not going to end well for me. So doing the right thing by being patient here. I'm keeping an eye on our friendly TD on the left hand side, who's now getting rushed by a medium tank. Again, I still can't do anything to help him, you know, not with Sony over here. But again, every time I keep poking, if he keeps trying to shoot at me, he's going to get lit. See, that medium tank gets taken out on our left hand side, so we don't have to worry about that guy. And now I'm going to make the play. I've decided, you know what, our team's kind of in position to cover now, but you know, we just don't really have any spots, and also we've not really got any angles either. And I know there's sort of a heavy tank down in the dip there, and I'm kind of thinking, you know what, if I can just move up and perhaps get some shots into him, then we can clear that out and then we can make a move. But I think the TD has now moved up and has got exactly the same fort. Try and clear out this heavy tank. I put a shot into him. Going to try and see if I can sneak another shot in. He's completely focused on that light tank, and then our friendly tank destroyer manages to get rid of him. Do get a shot into the artillery there, but we are targeted, so I've got to try and get down. But the French tank destroyer gets a shot, misses us, and then we completely miss our shot. Artillery misses his shots as well, but luckily our second shot manages to take him out for our second kill of the game. There's only 4 tanks left, tank destroyers and artillery, and I know where they're going to be. They're going to be sort of buried in this corner. So for me, it's about sort of getting in and try and pick up as much damage and as much assist as possible. But here's this G-Saw, and yeah, I don't particularly want to go, well, I'd love to go sort of, you know, right in and get under sort of the ridge on the left here. But with that G-Saw, I know he's going to sort of clip us out, and he gets a shot into us. Just try and get the light tank out of the way. Get a shot into artillery. Can I potentially? I want to shut this G-Saw down. He gets another shot in, but I think he's on reload now. But we do take him out for our 4th kill. Can we squeeze a shot into artillery? We're on reload, and no, we can't. There is a TD left, so again, going to sort of see if we can get another shot of damage onto this guy. We do, putting him onto a 1-shot, and there we go, he gets taken up by a friendly Grom. And that brings an end to that replay. So let's see how we got on. And yeah, we come top place again. So we picked up 4 kills, just over 4,000 damage, 799 assists, a tiny bit of blocked there. Picking up the 1st class medal and the high caliber and the Pascucci's, and yeah, just rounding off a, you know, it's half decent game, I guess. But yeah, just like I say, I wanted to get a few replays out to show what this tank is all about. So yeah, overall it is a good tank. I mean, look, every tank of the month I think is always going to be worth the £8, even if it is kind of rubbish, just because, you know, it's yeah, as a collector you can add it to collection and you can reap the silver rewards if you get it in a tank chest or on a contract going forwards. You know, it's free silver basically. But this tank, yeah, I think it's actually really good. Like I say, it's just the gun can be a bit trolly. It's the only letdown of it, and obviously the weak arm, and it gets set on fire a hell of a lot. Other than that, yeah, it is decent, and I do think it is. Yeah, I think it's worth the money. So, what would I rate it? I would rate it 7 out of 10. I think, you know, it's a decent enough score for it. I think it, you know, handles well all round. So anyway, guys, that is it for the video. I hope you enjoyed the review. If you did, please give us a like and subscribe, and feel free to comment on the below. Let us know what you think. Until then, I'll catch you next time.